Unmute. Hi, my name is James. James Loves Games. What's up, everybody? Today we're going to talk about the state of play that they showed yesterday, and I totally missed it. I dropped the ball on that one. Didn't even know they were doing a state of play till you guys started dropping links in the Discord server, which if you haven't joined the Discord server, please hop in immediately. There's a link in the description. It's awesome. Anyway, all your gaming news will be found there, even if you're supposedly plugged into all of the gaming things. Even if you love games, it's still a good place to find news because it was news to me. I did not miss much. I apparently did. I missed a lot for myself because a lot of that stuff looked pretty darn cool to me. What's up, Sister A? What's up, Nicole Bernstein? Good evening. So yeah, we're going to get to it. Give me just a second. I had to turn on my fan. Ugh. So yeah, I'll just switch back to the main camera. My plan this evening, it'll be a shorter stream. I think the actual state of play was only like 39 minutes, but they showed a lot of cool stuff that I want to talk about, namely Ghost of Yote, the Lunar remaster, and Legacy of Kain remaster, and the Alan Wake DLC. Like, I'm super pumped about those four things. I haven't seen much else from the state of play. I haven't watched it all. I've just seen little bits and pieces here and there. Tokyo Game Show is on Thursday and Friday. I was not aware of that until just this very moment. But yes, it is usually in September. It's always in September, actually. So should be some cool stuff coming out in the next few days. Hopefully I can stay on top of it. But yeah, I want to watch the whole state of play and chit chat with you guys about it, taking breaks here and there, to discuss it. But I have to, there's too much that I'm interested in, me specifically. I know for a lot of people, it's kind of like, whatever, but there's a lot of cool stuff in there that I think is going to be really neat. So without further ado, let's jump in. Hopefully this all plays well for y'all. If the audio sounds funkalicious, just let me know. And there's Astro right out the gate. What the? I still haven't gotten Astrobot, and I need to. It's going to be awesome. I'm so excited to play it. Oh, I forgot about the speed runs. And now they have 5 new ones that I haven't played any at all. I can see myself really obsessing over this one for a good solid month. I spent enough time on the demo. That's for sure. Helldivers, bots. No spoilers, chat. Now, like I said, I have seen a lot of trailers from this, specifically the ones I talked about. But
hi everyone, I'm Nicolas Doucet, the studio head at Team Asobi.
I've not watched all of it.
I'm happier with the reception to Astrobot and to see how much joy Astro is bringing to homes all around the world. On behalf of Team Asobi, thank you so much. Now, we still have a few surprises up our sleeves. Today's trailer was a sneak peek at the DLC we'll release later this year at no additional cost. We'll have more to share soon.
I like that hoodie.
But for now, let's enjoy the state of play.
Listen to me, burnt one. If you're intending to walk the midnight walk, you better be sure to keep your spark safe and burning.
I guarantee. Whoa. What the heck?
While I was in the black, I had a dream. There was a monster in the woods.
Handcrafted in clay. Oh, they were doing that on the Super Nintendo way back in the day. Clay fighter, anyone? Hey, Neil, what's up? In a stunning 11 frames per second. It's disturbing.
Thank you.
The sun.
Yeah, I didn't want to sleep tonight anyway. So,
Little soul,
reminds me of Little Nightmares.
charming little wanderer. Where are you
Visually.
off to now?
And so it was. But the burnt
Stunning
one
11.
and
Oh,
a
it's
small
12
flame
on PS5 Pro.
took a wander down the midnight walk.
That's what $700 to get you. Want to hear more about Pokemon Legends? Oh, yeah. They're probably not going to talk about it in this video. But maybe, Tokyo Game Show? Maybe.
I don't remember when it happened, but I remember how I felt. Father told us to hide when they came to our house.
Yeah, just started, Keith. What's up, Keith?
They took him away. Mother said I couldn't play outside anymore. Everyone had fled. She said the country was sick.
Starting the state of play off on a real positive
We would be
note.
okay.
The
Mother
Republic of
always said
Barkistan
monsters didn't exist.
fought the
I
war
thought they lived under my bed.
over bacon.
We were both wrong. They live inside our heads.
I feel like all the developers are just trying to out-disturb each other. This kind of reminds me of Remnant, in a way. Hew. Or hell. I thought you said H-E-U. That is the UN. I like how they do the big, like, shadow face reveal, like we're supposed to know who that is. Hell is us. Okay. Looks like Heu. Heu is us. Master OJ, what's up? Good to see you.
My story is a tale of rules rewritten by nuclear fire.
Oh, hey, Serdar!
Have you seen Yana? Something happened. She's in
I'm so excited for Legends of Zelda tomorrow, but I promised one of my kids I'd get it for her for her birthday, which is in
Please,
2
just let
weeks.
Yana be all right.
I will have to wait.
What is that? I keep hearing other voices on the radio.
You said there were people there.
Did you not hear any of that?
I played a little bit of Metro Exodus, and it was pretty
I'm
good.
seeing things, hearing things. I feel
But
like
again,
I'm losing my mind.
these devs are all just trying to
Sometimes we need to become
stress me
the
out,
thing we
freak
fear
me out.
to prevent something.
That's why it's nice to play something like the Plucky Squire every now and again. Oh, it's VR too. Good lord.
So, how did it feel to learn the truth about the night sky tragedy? Long ago, you humans slaughtered each other until the whole world lay in ruins.
Souls like.
You have been granted another chance.
You can just copy paste that comment over and over again. Another Souls-like game. LOL.
However, I still have no trust in your kind.
Why? a little splashy. James is going cozy mode. Plucky Squire and Echoes of Wisdom. Nothing scary in the month of October. Nope. Just some Alan Wake DLC and some Resident Evil 2 remake and maybe some Silent Hill 2. Nothing scary.
Prove yourself.
I am going into Hooga mode though. Like, I want comfy socks and a hot mug or something. And a nice warm video game. Peaceful stuff. A Plague Witcher.
Perhaps you might become one of us.
The Abyss. I mean, it looks cool, but it's... I did see Pal World is coming to PlayStation. I think today. I think it's out now. Which is very exciting. I have been wanting to play this. I need to play it before, you know, they lose their lawsuit. Neil, the way it looks more Lords of the Fallen with its combat and dodge animation. Yeah, I could kind of see that. I didn't play Lords of the Fallen yet, but it's got that look. I don't know that they got a cease and desist for Pal World. $25? That's it? Let me ask you all this, those who have played it. Does Pal World have anything like inappropriate in it? Like, or would it be okay for children to play this? It's just Pokemon with guns, right? It's not like super violent or
Thanks to Pocket Pair for that new
anything
look
like
at
that.
Pal World, an incredible open world survival game that's launching today on the PlayStation 5 console. We have a few more
it came out
games
yesterday.
with breaking news today, starting with the return of two beloved RPGs from the original PlayStation.
This is the one.
Magical thoughts, all things are real unless you dream they're not. In your dreams, love is the plot, carried on wings of hope.
Lunar Remastered Collection brings together Lunar, the Silver Star Story Complete,
Yes.
and Lunar 2, Eternal Blue Complete, with updated visuals,
2 games.
widescreen mode, and more.
Instantly we see it, the time
My mid to late 90s anime nostalgia is peaking.
Lunar Remastered Collection comes to PS5 and PS4 in spring 2025.
You're not done till I say you're done. Hold on just a second. We need to talk about this because what? This is the craziest thing because I'll tell you what, I believe it might have been Seraph that told me about this many years ago. When I say many, at least 2 years ago. And to show you the mania that has taken over me, I have some, you'll see some random bookmarks and things up here. I have this bookmarked. I didn't mean to do that, but why? Okay, thank you, ads. Why Lunar Silver Star Story Complete remains one of the best JRPGs ever. It's a fantastic article on the game and why it's so great and the different versions of the game and all that cool stuff. It's a great article. I'll drop another link to it in the Discord right now on the JLG announcements channel. Just for those curious about what the game is about and sort of what to expect from it.
Rook.
Whoops. Skipped ahead.
2025.
Wow. How did I manage that? That was kind of incredible. Where's my window? There it is. So, Keith made me jump and shout again. Nintendo trying to fast track game mechanic patent to sue Pal World. Oh yeah, I did see that. We'll get to that. But as far as Lunar is concerned, like every couple of months, I'll remember I have that article bookmarked up there and I'll just look through it nostalgically. I don't know if that's a word, nostalgically, with a sense of nostalgia. And think like, I really, really want to play that game, but I don't want to go through all the morass of like pirating it and all that nonsense. And so roll the dice on not getting a virus on my computer and all that. And like the timing is so perfect because I was literally thinking not even a week ago, this is how crazy this is. Not even a week ago, I was thinking, I really want to play this game. And I'm to the point, like I wasn't going to shell out for an actual like original copy for the PlayStation, but I was really going to start digging deep and trying to find a way to play it. And here they present it on a silver platter for me on a PlayStation console as a 2-pack with the sequel. And it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm over the moon with this announcement. Like this makes this whole state of play just completely incredible. James said the P word. Pirate, pop up pirate. You put the swords in the barrel and then he pops up. It's a scary game and I don't want to risk getting sick when I play it. That's why I don't want a virus. But it's nuts. And I think it's awesome. I'm really, really like, even if you're not going to play it, please buy this game so that the cretins and the lawyers and the executives that miserly hold on to the rights to these classic games will actually think, ooh, hey, maybe, just maybe if we take this thing that's just sitting on a server somewhere in a vault, in a basement, maybe if we offer this to people in exchange for money, they'll give us money for it. Maybe that'll happen and be a thing. And then maybe they'll look at some of the other ones and be like, well, what if they bought this one? Maybe they'll buy all of these too. So I like this trend. I know people are kind of worn thin a little bit by just the remasters and dredging up old IPs. We're going to see some more before the night is through. But especially for games like this that are virtually lost to time, because who has a PlayStation 1 that still works and a copy of Lunar Silver Star Story that still works? I mean, if you do, congratulations on your retirement. But for the rest of us normal mortals who don't, you think we'll get the necklace with Lunar, James? I doubt it, but hey, you know, they should make those. Keith, and here's something nice for me. If you end up loving Silver Star, I've never played Eternal Blue, and I don't know anything about it. Well, even better. So it's just sequel time. So I'd be experiencing Eternal Blue for the first time. Game preservation is a must. I'm glad you all agree with me. So this is fantastic. I'm so glad that whatever sort of legal hurdles they were able to overcome and make this happen. Thank you to PlayStation. And I don't remember the developers of this one. Was it Gung Ho that's publishing it? I don't remember, but thank you. Please do more things like this because it's awesome. Back to the Pal World business. Back to the business of, speaking of pirating games. Neil, you said something about them fast tracking a game mechanic patent to sue Pal World. I don't see that working. Kudos to their lawyers for thinking outside the realm of time and space. But I'm no expert, but I don't know that a retroactive patent is really the best way to approach this. I mean, maybe it's the best way to stop this from happening again in the future. Maybe like, oh, you can't make any new DLC or new games based on this game mechanic. But I feel like that's just kind of a last ditch effort to grab onto something. So I don't know. I don't see it working, honestly. I think if they had a slam dunk home run kind of case against Pal World, I think they probably would have played that hand long before they made millions and millions and millions of dollars off of it. And long before they released it on even more systems. So I don't know. Maybe they're playing the long game and they just plan on raking in lots of damages. We'll see. It's Nintendo, so they're like the IRS. I mean, they're gonna get paid. They're gonna get their bag. So you never know. Keith Menzer, it's kind of funny, as nuts as I am about Lunar, I never played Eternal Brew because I figured it couldn't be better than Silver Star. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll play them both and find out. It's so great. Nicole, as soon as I saw that Power World was out on PS5, I exited Pokemon Violet, booted up my PS5, and downloaded it. Nintendo works in mysterious ways. Yeah. Nintendo applied for a patent in 2021 and then added to that patent in May this year, which included the game mechanics. So it falls under the 2021 patent. So it's just like they amended the original patent. Fine. But again, I don't see them being able to retroactively apply that amended patent to a game that had come out in the interim. But we'll see. You know, like I said, I'm no expert. I don't know anything about patent law. I just got a healthy dose of common sense. And soon some Lunar games on my hard drive that I can play with a controller that I didn't steal. So
Lunar Remastered
fantastic.
Collection comes to PS5 and PS4 in spring 2025.
Spring 2025.
2 updates on Teenage
Please
Mutant
get
Ninja
here
Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
Ooh! I've not
First,
seen this.
the Radical Reptiles DLC, which adds Mondo Gecko and Mona Lisa as playable characters.
That's cool.
And for no extra cost, a remixed in-game soundtrack featuring some amazing guest composers. Both of these updates arrive later today.
Oh, that's cool. You gotta love free DLC, and I like an excuse to play through that Turtles game again. Yeah, I saw people freaking out over this one, and I can't be bothered for any Sonic games. It just doesn't do it. Keanu Reeves or no Keanu Reeves.
Huh? I've taken on another form?
And yes,
I know
you heard right.
Kung Fu.
Keanu Reeves is joining Sonic X Shadow Generations as part of the upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie pack. This update is inspired by scenes from the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie and arrives December 12th. The Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie
More
pack
power
is
to you,
included
man.
in the digital deluxe edition, which lets you play the game 3 days ahead of its October 25th
I'm sure most people
release date.
aren't just as pants-peeingly excited about Lunar as I am. But I'm not that excited about Sonic, so. Or this one, really.
Hello, State of Play. I'm Sakaguchi, producer of Fantasia Neo Dimension.
Sakaguchi-san recently became a grandpa.
150も作りました。そしてランダムエンカウントを貯めて
I'm gonna keep my eye on this one, but just like visually, the whole like design of it just seems kind of bland.
音楽はファイナルファンタジーシリーズで共に歩んできた上松さんです。
Maybe I'm just like, I've got sensory overload from playing Persona 5,
12月
but
5日発売。どうか皆さんにプレイしていただけたらと願っています。
I would like a demo. It could be really
We're
fun.
just over a month away from the release of Dragon Age the Veilguard. Let's check in with BioWare and Electronic Arts for an extended look at a climactic battle.
Sorry you're lagging, Neil.
We've gotten word from the Wardens.
Have they found Gillenane?
Not
Rena,
yet,
good to see you.
but they found something else worth killing. One of her blighted dragons.
They made Dr. Robotnik.
You made
famous?
it. Good. Wouldn't miss it. We have unfinished business with that dragon.
We've tracked it to a ruined tower nearby.
We've been trying to find its age for some time.
We need to lure her out to have any chance.
Oh, the dragon's a woman? What is this game, woke? We'll get to that in a little bit. But not about a dragon.
Just you and me now.
I've not tried the Metaphor demo arena because I'm saving the whole gaming experience for day one. I cannot wait for that one. I don't want to spoil anything from Metaphor. I never really got into Dragon Age.
Come on. Come on.
BioWare had a seriously good run of games in the early 2000s, but Dragon Age just never really did it for me. I don't know why. Jade Empire was really good. I feel like that was kind of a
Forcer to land. Second detachment. Flank
underrated
on the walls.
gem.
Let's go.
Did that not? There. Anyway. My roommate at the time was really into Dragon Age, but I didn't really. I think I just wasn't good at it. I played it a little, but I couldn't get into it for whatever reason. I'm so excited for Metaphor, though. If it's half as good as Persona 5 was, I'll be very pleased. This looks more like Monster Hunter. James, did you go to Oral Roberts College? No, but I have been to their campus a couple times. It's only like an hour away from me. Hour and a half. Why do you ask? That's a random question. Ned Flanders went to Oral Roberts. I didn't know that was canon. I didn't know they'd listed his university on The Simpsons. Nicole, I played Dragon Age Inquisition. It was good, but it was so long ago I don't remember everything. Yeah. It's one of those, it's kind of like Baldur's Gate 3. Like, I appreciate it a lot for what it is and what it does. And respect it as like a good high quality game that I just really don't want to play that much. It's a shame. So far the Metaphor prologue is very interesting. Art is amazing and it is story heavy. Yeah. Well, I don't want to experience any of it until I get the final version. Plus I don't want to sit through all the prologue stuff twice. Games can be a little chatty. Homer stole Ned's diploma, crossed out Flanders' name, and put his to Oral Roberts. Why are you asking if I went to Oral Roberts, though? That's so random.
This isn't the Bureau's first time in Bright Falls.
Yes! Okay. This one I'm pumped for.
The FBC's research department set up a facility.
Any more Alan Wake Control crossovers? I'm very excited for it.
If I had any clue what was waiting for us in there.
James is in Oklahoma. Okay, that's valid.
Kept on driving.
Doesn't everyone live in Oklahoma? No, I was actually on their campus back in May for work. This is random. They have a lot of buildings there that look like really retro futuristic, like Star Trek kind of looking buildings. It's really weird. A lot of 60s influence in that place. Yeah, this looks very frightening. I don't know what's going on here, but I want a piece. I want a piece. So I will say right out the gate, I do have a large lineup of games ready to play in October for Spooktober, including, I already mentioned this earlier, but I'll mention it again, the Alan Wake DLC, Night Springs. Now we have the Lake House. I have to beat Resident Evil 2 Remake. I'll probably get Silent Hill 2 Remake, and I also have Little Nightmares 2. And I think there was something else in there as well. A lot of games. On top of Metaphor comes out next month. And it's just, I don't know. I need a special machine to create more time. A time machine, if you will. So I don't know. It's going to be a busy month, October. So get ready for lots of notifications on your phone. If you haven't subscribed and hit the bell to get notifications when I go live, do that. Or just join the Discord and I send links before I go live anyway. So yeah, it's going to be a busy month. Seraph, Dragon Age is an interesting case to watch. I'm a massive Dragon Age fan, and I have adored every game before, but there are some very negative red flags for this one. Interesting. Nicole, I think the guys that made Metaphor also made a Danganronpa and Master Detective Archives Rain Code. Interesting. That's a weird group of games to have worked on. Sarah, but I like Dragon Age 2 despite its flaws, and the games have always had flaws and always included some of the devs' politics, but there is a limit to how much people will endure even for Dragon Age. Sister A, please forgive my weirdness. I'm on the spectrum. It's okay. I am weird as the day is long. I just like... I didn't know if I was giving off like an Oral Roberts kind of vibe or... Just the mustache made you think of Ned Flanders, but yes, I do live in Oklahoma, so that was... That's the connection. Oh man, Rena, I just picked Metaphor. I decided to skip Zelda because I will not get to it. It's gonna be so good. I've heard it's massive. I heard the world map in the new Zelda game, it's an actual Zelda game, is 8 times bigger than Link's Awakening, which is, I mean, Link's Awakening wasn't huge, but I mean, it's a remake of a very old game, and that's a big game. That's a big area. I don't know how much there is to do in that 8 times the space, but yeah, there is a way to have more time. Over here, I call it unemployment. Tell me more about this unemployment. Sister A, I'm staying away from YouTube and Twitch during October. Silent Hill 2. Ooh, yeah. That's true. You know, I'll probably wait until closer to the end of the month to play Silent Hill 2 if I get to it, just because I streamed the original Silent Hill 2 not too long ago. What was that? 2 years ago? I streamed Silent Hill 2, or was it last year? I don't remember. But it's not so far in my memory where I played Silent Hill 2. And so like jumping back in again and playing it again, I suppose it's good to have a lot of that stuff fresh on my mind, but you know, I've got a lot of other stuff to play too. I don't need to rehash that one so quickly. But if I do get to it next month, I'll wait till later in the month so that everybody has a chance to play it. I'm losing my voice because I'm just jibber jabbering so much tonight. Let me get another drink. But hopefully it's good. I mean, it's about a guy named James, so I kind of have to be repping for James, looking for his wife. I usually don't have to try so hard to find my wife like that James does, but you know, I can relate being a James and not knowing what's going on. That's my whole life. You still on Vision of Mana? Yeah. It's a crazy good year. I think this is something people aren't talking about enough, that 2024 has been a legitimately really good year for game releases. Wukong, I heard, I haven't played it yet, but I heard it has its flaws, you know, but I still really want to jump in and give it a shot. But man, Metaphor, new Zelda, a bunch of others that I can't think of off the top of my head. But yeah. Anyway, let's watch some more of this. Alan Wake. It looks so good. And I like to support the Finnish game devs. Hyvä Suomi.
Give up the firearm!
Oh, geez. Oh, more Hitman? Hitman VR seems like a really good idea. I say it's just full dual wield. Oh, that looks pretty fun, actually. This seems like a really good use of the technology. That was a floppy punch. Wukong is cool, but long? Really? I've not really seen any reviews of it. I didn't want to spoil anything, but that's interesting to hear. You're taking out F1 drivers? What? Good luck with that. He's only going 150. Are your kids allowed to play Resident Evil Silent Hill games yet? No. And they would not want to. Oh, here we go.
With Cain and my brethren, until I had the honor
Between this and Lunar, it's like 1998 all over again. And honestly, I'm so happy about that.
Agony.
Agony. Flamey hand.
The fate of this world was preordained in an instant.
I like how they do the like remastered graphics flip swipe thing, and it's like it looks brighter, I guess. Like right there. I mean, it does look better, objectively better, but it's just funny because it's like not that much of a humongous change. They need to remaster the whole PS1 library, Rena. That was such a good era of games. Skies of Arcadia needs to come back too. I agree.
Don't fight it, Raziel.
Yeah, December 10th. It's too soon.
Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remastered.
Push some of these
arrived
back to
December
like
10th,
2026 or
celebrating the
something. I don't
25th
have time
anniversary
for
of
all
the
this.
first game's release.
1 and 2.
Games from the original PlayStation era also inspired Fear the Spotlight from Blumhouse Games.
Ooh.
It brings atmospheric polygonal scares to PS5 and PS4 on October 22nd.
That looks pretty cool.
Just go home, Viv.
That looks pretty cool. I bet it's like 2 hours long. Fear the Spotlight.
So happy.
At last, we've returned to our ancestral land, Agaspa.
Is Fable?
Build villages and nurture
Clint, what's
vast
up? Yeah, I
ecosystems
figured
in Towers of Agaspa.
when I saw Soul Reaver, I figured you were going to be all over it, Clint.
This colorful world includes unique creatures,
Legacy of
a
Kain,
peculiar
right?
cast of characters, and also allows you to
What kind of
invite
creature
other
was
players
that?
to visit your island.
Okay, this looks kind of adorable. I think my kids would
Towers
dig
of
this
Agaspa
one.
launches into early
Towers of
access this November.
Aga. That's my jam,
Up
Blood Omen.
next,
Yeah.
Epic Games brings a split-screen mode to LEGO Fortnite this October. This feature enables friends and family to explore the world and build villages together while playing on the same PS5 or PS4.
At the end of Black Myth Wukong, it turns out
And
Bruce
in other
Willis' character
Fortnite
was dead the
news,
whole time.
The new
What?
Fortnite Limited Edition DualSense wireless controller
Mulder
arrives
was an
later this
alien
year,
the whole
with pre-orders
time.
starting October 3rd. Visit PlayStation blog for more details. Next,
I shan't.
it's 1 versus 1,000 in Dynasty Warriors Origins, and Koei Tecmo Games is ready to share the release date.
People
Let's
like to
take a
poop
look.
on Dynasty Warriors a little bit, but they're pretty fun just to hack and slash thousands of troops.
Peace. You have crossed paths.
I played through a lot of Samurai Warriors and Dynasty Warriors games with my wife after we got married
You must adapt to the chaos.
because they had split screen.
And find a way to survive. So choose your path wisely. Go forth and learn what it means to be a hero.
The only thing that bothers me about these games is everybody just is beautiful. They're all like supermodel quality good looking. And it's just so ridiculous. They all look like gacked. They give me a break. Even the like big burly like muscular guys are just, they have like perfect bone structure like they're Calvin Klein models. It's like, give me some ugly characters, please. Not everybody looks this good. Nobody looks this good.
The die has been cast. All that remains is to see this through.
Dynasty Warriors is the kind of thing people crap on and then play the heck out of. Yes. Yes. It's just mindless fun. I like it. I'm not going to spend $60 on one, but I'll buy one used for, $10 at Game Exchange. Cool.
I was still hoping that I imagined the whole thing. It's burned into my mind.
Oh, Immortals of Avium. Yeah, I wish I could forget that one too.
So, Captain, what's your team been getting up to?
The guild gave special assignments to some of the other units from
Is
the
this Monster
expedition.
Hunter or something?
Mine included.
This looks Monster Hunter something.
This forest is amazing.
A bug.
My fur isn't built for this kind of weather. That's causing the water currents to surge too.
Water sure is crazy.
This is its territory.
I've tried on many occasions to get into Monster Hunter, and I just couldn't. I don't know why. Just not my jam. Sarah, if I only care about it if they cross over with something like Zelda, though. Hyrule Warriors was pretty cool. Brett Williams, what's up? For real, I don't know why people are acting like this SOP was a flop. I saw lots of games I want to play and games other people would be excited about. I'm serious, man. It's really good. I'm bummed I didn't stream it live yesterday. Again, like, I'm not into Monster Hunter at all, but I know lots of people are. And as far as Monster Hunter games go, this looks like a good one of those. Fun fact, in Australia it's illegal to change your own light bulb. Is it?
Why don't they just put the meat down?
So how many Australians does it take to change a light bulb? You're under arrest.
Leave this to me. Heels inbound.
Yeah, winning the lottery would be nice.
That's it. The White Wraith. It's real.
Is that what we're after?
It's real and it's fantastic. Spectacular. That was the one. Sorry, screwed it up.
It seems we must do a more thorough investigation.
What is that thing? An extinct
It's
species?
Monster Hunter.
Hunter. You've got a weapon and you do nothing.
I don't. I didn't try that. Wilds. Bow, to bow, bow, to bow, to bow, bow. People just want Bloodborne 2 or whatever. Digital art book.
皆さんこんにちは。
こんにちは。
モンスターハンターワイルズプロデューサーのつごとです。本作の発売日が
元気ですね。
2025年2月28日世界同日発売に決定いたしました。本日より順次予約を開始しますので、ぜひご予約いただければと思います。プレイステーションストアでご予約いただいた方限定の特典として、プレイステーション5でご覧いただけるデジタルミニアートブックをご用意します。9月26日の23時からはTGS2022 発コンオンラインプログラムを放送いたします。それでは引き続きモンスターハンターワイルズの情報にご注目ください。またお会いしましょ
う。If it's not Silk Song or Bloodborne Remaster, people are going to say it's trash. Yeah, and I couldn't care less about Bloodborne anyway. That's the least of my Souls games.
A hunter with a mysterious past and her very heroic friends are all the
This does look pretty fun.
of an unspeakable evil.
If it's a freebie
Join them as they
on
explore
PS Plus,
like
then
wacky outfits
I'll play
and
it.
decorate their village. Nailed it. This is awesome. But wait, there's more. With the digital deluxe edition, you get this exciting blue roller thing. And snazzy costumes, like the Shadow Stalwart outfit. And this, I don't know what that is. That or that. Or why they're climbing in that cannon.
They gave us Lego Horizon. Who needs anything else? Right? How could you complain after seeing this?
Mother's heart.
DJ Aloy next to the roller coaster.
Oh, I forgot to mention the pre-order.
Hi everyone, I'm Kristen Zatani. We are so excited for everyone to get their hands on LEGO Horizon Adventures when it launches on November 14th. And Aloy has more good news on the horizon.
I thought that said October 3rd. We're remastering the game nobody asked to be remastered.
Aloy's original adventure, Horizon Zero Dawn,
I do think
is
this
being
is
remastered
silly.
for PS5 and PC by Guerrilla and Nixes. Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered includes more than 10 hours of re-recorded conversation mocap and countless graphical improvements that bring the game to the same visual fidelity as Horizon Forbidden West.
I liked the Horizon games okay, but I mean, not enough to play twice, I suppose. Who doesn't want a theme park when your world is being destroyed by giant robots, right?
October 31st.
You little
and anyone
10
who owns
hours
the
of
original
talking.
PS4 version
10
of the game will
new
need to
hours
upgrade
of
to the
talking.
new PS5 version for $9.99. Visit PlayStation Blog for more details and watch the full trailer.
People
to
are really
see all the
misunderstanding the
advancements to
Horizon
Aloy's
Zero Dawn
epic
remaster,
quest.
honestly. I don't know. It's just like the PS4 one
New content
plays
is on the way
fine.
to
I
the
don't.
action-packed world of Stellar Blade. A new photo mode lets
looks
players
better,
set up the
but-
perfect picture with your choice of poses, expressions, and filters. And Stellar Blade's original soundtrack, featuring over 180 songs from the game, is available on select streaming services starting today.
I still haven't played Stellar Blade, mostly because I don't need like
But that's not all.
giant leathery butt cheeks flying across my screen. It's that lady. It's that other
Sci-fi
leathery
worlds
butt cheek
collide
lady.
in the Stellar Blade and Nier Automata collaboration, coming to Stellar Blade later this year.
Like, it's I know who wants these games.
Now let's talk about what's ahead for PlayStation Plus. First,
I
the
know why
monthly
they
games for
sell.
October are WWE
I'm not judging it.
2K24,
I'm just
Dead
saying.
Space, and Doki Doki Literature Club Plus.
Doki
These will be
Doki
available
Literature
to all
Club
PlayStation
Plus.
members
Yeah,
starting
now's your
October
chance to
1st.
play it for free, everybody. Butt Cheeks United.
Meanwhile, our library of PlayStation classics continues to grow, with 2 more fan favorites from the original PlayStation arriving later this year. Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain, and Capcom's Dino Crisis.
Hey, that's cool.
Naughty Dog fans
Dino
know
Crisis.
September 26th is The Last of Us Day, and we're celebrating by adding the
I
critically
might
acclaimed
go
PS5
get a
hit,
premium
The Last of Us
sub for
Part
a little
1
while
to the
just to
PlayStation
play
Plus
those.
game catalog this Thursday.
Blood Omen and Dino Crisis. Hoorah. It's just optional, or for if you've never played Horizon Zero Dawn before. I don't see anything for people to get angry about. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not angry or anything. I just, it's the same as like people getting upset about the PS5 Pro is $700. Oh my gosh. And it's like, well, I mean, if you don't have a PS5, then you can get a better version of it for a little extra. It's not it's like people kind of act sometimes like the PlayStation Gestapo is going to come by your house and like force you to buy one of these, and it's just like, okay. No. No thank you. You must buy it. They're going to auto draft your account and mail it to you and force you to use it. That's not really how this works. It's all very optional. Brett Williams, Sony has already stated that over 20% of PS5 owners didn't own a PS4. The remasters for them to build their library and be invested in the PS ecosystem. That's great. There's no point in it for me personally, but you know, again, this is like everybody's sort of thing. Like, I'm sure like this is the thing that people tend to forget about. And it's that Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft, they're all businesses, and the sole function of a business is to make money. And so every decision that they make is through the lens of, is this going to make us money? They're not altruistic. They're not going to make a game that you just like, just to say, thanks for being a fan of us. Here, we remastered this for you. We dropped millions into it just to be nice. Like, they're not going to do that. And so obviously if they're remastering Horizon Zero Dawn, they're doing it because they think they're going to make some money from it, because they're a business. It's what they do. And, you know, that's a good statistic that you just dropped there, Brett. over 20% of PS5 owners didn't own a PS4. So that's a lot of people that potentially didn't play Horizon Zero Dawn. I mean, I got it when it was free. I think they made it free during the pandemic, or free to new PS5 owners for the first couple months. And so I played it that way. But I mean, it's just like I don't know why people take this all so personally. It's it's just so silly. People forget not every game is for them. Exactly. And it's like, I have my own secretly held like wish list of games in my mind, and if every showcase doesn't release those secret games, then I'm gonna get upset at whatever they show, because I didn't want that. It's like, it's not about you. Like, get over yourself. Like, they show some really awesome stuff this State of Play.
Hi everyone, I'm Mark Cerny.
Again,
recently revealed
why are we
the
so
newest
scared of
addition to the
foreheads, y'all?
PlayStation 5
Like,
family,
brush that
PS5
hair
Pro,
back.
alongside several games showcasing the superior
Show us what you're
frameworks
working
and
with.
improved graphics that the new console
I've got
makes possible.
a little bit more
With
forehead
PS5
than I
Pro,
used to.
Developers
but,
have access to three
you know,
key
I'm proud of it.
improvements: an upgraded GPU, advanced ray tracing, and AI-driven upscaling that combine to bring developers closer to realizing their
Prettier
unique
pictures, faster.
We're excited for players to get their hands on PlayStation 5 Pro when it launches this November. But in the meantime, here's a look at some of the games that are being enhanced for the new console, including a few titles that we're revealing for the very
I
first
get the
time.
feeling this guy would have a lot of opinions on Napa Valley wines. Just throwing that out there. He wants to look edgy. Life is meaningless. So is this PlayStation. Have I seen Sideways? Yes, I love that movie. I did not like seeing the naked man running down the street, but, you know, I don't know that anybody specifically enjoyed that portion. It was funny, though. Final Fantasy 7 Remake can finally look good, yeah. Horizon, but bunnies. Like, part of my opinion too comes from the idea that, like, graphics is not really high on my list of concerns. Like, it's more about, does the game itself have a very good art direction to it? Does the things just sort of mesh well with each other? Graphical fidelity is not really it. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna before I jump into this real quick, I just want to harp on that a little bit more, because, like, I know people get all up in arms about, well, it's got to be 4K and it's got to be this and that and it's got to look really good, and it's like, some of the best games I've ever played are still like older, like Super Nintendo, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 games. And you play them these days and they look horrible. Like, they're rough, but the games are solid because the gameplay mechanics are there. The story is there. It just works. The music is there, and it doesn't look amazing, but you get something out of it. And the fact that it doesn't look amazing doesn't diminish it necessarily. And so that's why this stuff about, like, PS5 Pro and, oh, it looks so much better now, or it runs so much faster now. It's like, I'm really a big believer in, like, this is good enough. Like, I'm very much satisfied with how things look on this system and how things run on this system. So, I mean, unless my PS5 just, knock on wood, kicks the bucket, I don't see myself getting a PS5 Pro. But, you know, it's, like I said, they're a business. They're gonna release that, and they're gonna promote it and try to get you to buy it, because that's their job. That's what they do. Okay. Ghost of Yotei. Let's check it out. Very excited about this, by the way.
We
are beyond the edge of Japan. People come north to disappear.
It's time I disappear. I bet you Google searches for Yote reached an unprecedented spike yesterday.
Are hunting. And now, every Ronin here is after you. Still think you're the hunter?
Ghost of Tsushima is one of my all-time favorite games in every respect. So I go into this one with that expectation that it's going to be really, really good. It already looks really, really good. I have one gripe about it that I'll get to at the end of the trailer. No, I get it, Keith. I'm not a graphics guy. I don't care that much. For the folks that care, it's a good deal. It is way cheaper than a comparable PC. But a PC also does more stuff. I love the Western aesthetic of this. The music, the cinematography. I'm just going to pause it because, you know, I don't want to miss any more. So there's a long history of like Western cinema. I mean, like Westerns, like John Wayne type of stuff, and samurai films. A lot of Westerns copied a lot of stuff from old samurai films, like Kurosawa films. And so there's a lot of overlap there as far as like visual storytelling and visual themes and shots. And I think this is probably Sucker Punch's way of tapping into that idea, you know, because this character, she's like a Ronin. She's up here in no man's land on the frontier of civilization of Japan. And so it's like the Wild North as opposed to the Wild West. And I really like that idea because there's something very romantic about the Wild West. It's sort of like deep in the American psyche, this sort of like wild frontier that, you know, you have to be really tough to survive here or to tame this place. And I think like Westerns have borrowed so much from Japanese cinema, and I think it's really cool. I know this is an American developer, but I think it's really cool to take a lot of themes from Western cinema and put that into a samurai game or a samurai, you know, it's pretty much like a movie experience. Really cool. I love that blending because they're just so closely related and they work so well together. I really want the wolf as a pet. I hope that's a thing. I hope that's what they're hinting at here. It's like you're looking in the same direction. You got the same goal. You're going to work together. Survive together, maybe. Little pet. Little Pokemon. Yeah, I hope we can pet it like foxes. I agree. What's up, Justin? Good to see you. I'm gonna have to go through this a little more slowly. But yeah, this all looks so stinking good. Like Ghost of Tsushima, seriously, it's probably one of my top 10 favorite games of all time. Like, I don't know that I've ever cried playing a game, but Ghost of Tsushima is probably the closest I've ever come. Like, truly, really well written story, fantastic characters, amazing acting, the motion capture and the voices and all of it. It was just superb. I mean, it was right up there with the best Hollywood blockbusters as far as I'm concerned. But like the world that they crafted, the gameplay loop that you had of like coming into villages. Some people said it was repetitive, but I really enjoyed it because even if you came across villages or like little strongholds of Mongolians, you could approach each one differently. And so like I would just kind of like shuffle between presets. You could change your skills and change your armor sets and things like that. And so I would do the like run in with a sword, just slaughtering people. And if I got bored of that, I would try the sniping approach, shooting them from afar with bows and arrows. And if that got boring, I'd swap over to, Ninja Man, see if I can get the whole village taken out without getting spotted. And so there was so much variety in how you could approach the problems. It was just endlessly fun to me. Not to mention the online mode was really, really fun. I played it a bit, not as much as I wanted to, but I played it a bit with some friends, and it was really good. Like it was legitimately really fun. Brett Williams, I think the wolves might be replacing the foxes, but I hope I'm wrong. Could be. I love ginkgo leaves. I do too, Sister A. That new Patrick Swayze fame. That the new Patrick Swayze game. Ghosts of Roadhouse. I was about to say that it looks like Ghost of Tsushima. That explains it. Yes. James loves Tsushima because it took his mind off Sekiro. It was so much easier. It's like a good Assassin's Creed. It was. Justin, I haven't played Tsushima yet, but highly anticipate it. But I still don't really know much about the game as played or structured. But I also tend to like approaching games completely blind. It's amazing. Like, I loved every single thing about it. Honestly, it's as close to a perfect game in my book I think you can get. As far as if you like open world games, I know some people balk at the idea, like it's kind of an overpopulated genre with the open world stuff, but like in a crowded field of games with hot competition, Ghost of Tsushima, I feel, comes out on top. It was amazing. And I love exploring too. And it had a lot of really cool options for exploration. Had a lot of unique game mechanics like writing haikus and hunting for foxes and doing things like that. I'm very excited for this one. To address the ridiculous controversy or whatever that it's a female protagonist, like since when has that been a problem in video games ever? Horizon Zero Dawn is a perfect example. Metroid is a perfect example. It's ridiculous to think like, well, I'm not going to play the game. It's got a girl in it. I don't want to be a girl. I mean, it's just kind of, okay, that's a weird take. It's probably the same people who are chomping at the bit to play the new Zelda game too. And it's like, that's a female protagonist. Do you have a problem with that one? Is it okay because it's cute? I don't know. I don't get it. It's not realistic. Well, it's a video game, so it doesn't have to be. My only complaint, okay? And my only complaint is that Ghost of Tsushima took place in the 1300s, I believe, the Mongol invasion of the west coast of Japan. And this one's in the 1600s. So there's absolutely no doubt that Jin Sakai is dead and in the ground, right? It's like 300 years later. And that to me is such a huge bummer. Like, because I loved that character so much. I loved the character of Jin Sakai. I really, more than anything, wanted a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima to play as that character more and to see him develop further. And I think like it would be a monumental task to sort of try to find new ground for that character to tread and new obstacles to overcome. But I feel like they could have done more. I understand like there's like Japanese history is such a rich tapestry of events and locales and people and things like that they can draw from and try something different, a different time period. But I love Jin Sakai so much as a character, as a protagonist. Like I feel more than most game characters, the pain that he went through in that game. And I wanted to continue the journey with him. And seeing the 1600 or whatever, 1604 or whatever the year was, it just kind of broke my heart a little bit, because it was like, he's dead in the ground. Can't play as him. Really just, it bummed me out a little bit. And that was it. Anyway, Brett versus James cage match. What are we talking about here? Brett, I'm sorry to say it because it always upsets people, but I really didn't like Ghost of Tsushima. Combat was too basic for me and the story didn't grab me. Open world was pretty but monotonous. And yeah, you might be the one who I'm referring to that I remember saying that they didn't like it so much. But for me personally, I absolutely loved it. And it really resonated with me. And I want more of that. And it was, to me, like the best kind of action game. But, again, not everybody has to like every game. I'm not going to, call Brett names and say like, well, you just don't have any taste or anything, pretentious or condescending like that. I feel like that's kind of where people tend to go automatically, which is ridiculous because, video games are an art form just like anything else. And it's all completely subjective as to what's good and what's bad, with some exceptions. Some things are just objectively bad. But, to each his own. Everybody gets something different out of everything else. So, they probably played Stellar Blade too. As long as it's sexist, it's okay with me. How did the Mongols cross the ocean? Seahorses? Yep. Big wooden seahorses, actually. That's why the invasion failed miserably. What about time travel? Okay, well, if they have a time-traveling Jin Sakai, I will turn the game off immediately because that's ridiculous. But it still would be nice to see him again. A flashback. I would forgive. Here's the thing. And I'm setting myself up for disappointment with this idea, but if they do something where it's like this character in the 1600s is finding evidence of Jin Sakai that was here 300 years earlier, and then like there'll be like a relic or evidence or something that he was there, and then it cuts to a flashback and it's 1300 and you get to play as Jin Sakai, and there's like parallel stories kind of going on, kind of like they did in Alan Wake 2. That would be, but I don't see that happening. That would be the coolest thing ever. And just thinking about the prospect of that really gets me excited. But that would be really cool. I've had to deal with people saying The Last of Us 2 is woke BS. People live in different worlds. And see, I didn't really care for The Last of Us or The Last of Us 2. I thought it was all right. But I think it also suffered from the disease of everybody saying it's like the greatest game of all time. And then I played it and it was like, okay, well, not really, but I'll still call James names for hating on Majora's Mask, and I'll just wait 3 hours and start all over and I'll forget you even called me names. So it's fine. Justin S., that would be a really cool way to do it with flashbacks. It would. Jin Sakai as Obi-Wan. Yeah, the Force goes to Jin Sakai. I would actually be okay with that. Let's do some kind of like Shinto ritual seance to summon Jin Sakai's ghost. He's the ghost. He's the ghost of Tsushima. It looks so cool. I kind of want to do that a little slow-mo. No, you went too far. Sorry, I'm gonna drag this out as long as possible. Obviously, that's not Mount Fuji. People are gonna be like, "Is that Mount Fuji?" It's not. If you're in no man's land, that's not where Fuji is. Okay. Also, I loved the armor setups, the loadouts, the different loadouts that you could equip, and all the armor customization stuff. Loved it from Ghost of Tsushima. So I expect to see a lot more of that type of thing. This looks really cool. Flaming Sword. That looks really cool. Chain thing. That looks really cool. It's slicing people with a sword. And she's got a gun, which is also very cool. Because we all know guns are cool. Anyway, I thought it was a really good show. Shay, what's up? Ghost of Tsushima remake coming soon, I'm sure. They're remaking the PS5 version. And don't forget the Lake House. Looks good. PlayStation. Let's go. Oh, was that the end? Are we done? I guess we are done. Okay. That's cool. Anyway. Bravo to Sony for a great state of play. Like I said, you know, there was a lot in there that I was very interested in, as evidenced from the thumbnail. Mostly those 4 games. Or I guess technically 6 games. But what are you guys most excited about from that state of play? Obviously, those of you in the chat have already let me know. But if you're watching this after the fact, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Brett Williams writes, stories hit us differently from The Last of Us. In fact, one of the most powerful stories in gaming history. We have different backgrounds that inform how we absorb stories. True. True. Don't worry, Ghost of Tsushima remake coming soon. Oh, I already read that. Bigot sandwiches. Ooh, I'll pass on that one. The Last of Us cut my soul. It doesn't for everyone. See above comment. Keith Menzer, The Last of Us, still in my top 5 games. It was an okay SOP. Bonne nuit, amis. James, what did you think of Hell Is Us? I'm trying to remember which one that was. It looked okay. I think it was. I had mentioned at the time that it reminded me of Remnant, kind of, from the visual style and maybe the gameplay. Which, I mean, it didn't really turn my crank too much. Not remaking Legacy of Kain, just Soul Reavers, huh? I guess so. I don't know why. Justin S., what's been crazy to me is just how much my story tastes have changed compared to when I was in my teens and early 20s. Really hard for a story to grab me these days, especially in games. That's kind of how I feel most of the time, but Ghost of Tsushima just really grabbed me. I don't know why. They trickled in gameplay mechanics over quite a long period too. And in a very satisfying way, to where when you think like, oh, this is all the game has to offer, then they kind of throw a new thing out there. And not like in an irritating way, like a really long tutorial, but it was just like you get to a certain point in the game and it's like, now you can do this. Now you can do this. And it was really satisfying. It kind of reminded me of like old school Zelda games, you know, where you get a new tool and you've got this new gameplay mechanic that really opens things up. And I know tons of games do that, but it was very satisfying. Pupe. The more mature and upsetting, the better for me. Ghost of Tsushima was very upsetting for me in certain parts, but I don't know. Justin is, for a little I know about it, it kind of comes across a bit like a Western story, not like the Western world, but like cowboys and such. We should have a community game night soon. We should. I played a little bit more of Space Marine 2, Space Marine, and I got to the Thousand Suns. They're now the big baddies that I'm fighting. I've probably played an extra 2 hours or so since the last stream, so not a whole lot. So I could do some more Space Marine if you guys are up for it at another time. Perhaps this Sunday, maybe. Space Marine. I know Justin and Brett are on board. I wish I could get more people. But yeah. Helldivers is back and super fun. I don't care for Space Marine very much, unfortunately. Yeah, that's fine. Justin, me, and my buddy have 2 or 3 ops left on hardest difficulty. I could play it if y'all want to, though. I'm on board for anything. Cool. Yeah. We should do some more varied community game nights. How about when the stream's over, drop me a comment on the video and let me know what kind of like community multiplayer thing you would like to play. And I'll try to cook something up, because I really would like to do more stuff like that. It's just that a lot of it's like, you know, Space Marine 2 is a squad shooter, so you got 3 people playing together. I mean, it's not really like the community. It's like me and 2 people. So, but it would be cool to do something like bigger with lots of us playing. Could do Jackbox. Pretty much everyone can play. Oh, that's not a bad idea. But yeah, leave a comment at the end. Anyway, I didn't do any of this type of thing. Did the audio come on? Wait. Thank you to all the supporters. James Loves Games, all you zealots and cultists over at Ko-fi. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate you. Sorry I didn't have that scroll, and I was taking pictures for the thumbnail earlier and turned it off. I forgot to turn it back on. Thank you all very much for your continued support. If you're interested in supporting, please go there and do that, because ads are awful. I hate them. And if you hate them too, why don't you just give your money to me and not YouTube? Anyway, I'm a great salesman. Can you tell? I work in sales. I've got it all down. Here's why you should do it. Yes, Mario Kart 8. At this point, everyone has it. That is a fantastic idea. Actually, movement on Space Marine is too clunky for me. That's the frustration. It is very clunky. I agree with you, Brett. I love Warhammer and 40K stuff, but like, I should have known better that the Warhammer video games just usually aren't great. They're sometimes pretty good. I think Space Marine's okay. It's certainly not as tight gameplay-wise as I would have liked, but I'm going to try to see it through to the end just for the lore, because I'm a Warhammer nerd, and I want to see where it goes, and I don't want to be left out of the loop. So, yeah, it's the hair. It's the hair. Oh, that hair. I haven't actually had much beef with the movement. Took a minute to get used to the slowness of it, but it works for me now. Yeah, the melee combat just doesn't really click for me. But again, to each his own. Thank you very much for tuning into the State of Play. We got a short one tonight. I will be back Sunday, and we can play some more stuff. Get ready. When does October start? Very soon. Very soon. Okay, so we're going to get into spooky season soon, where I'm going to be streaming exclusively spooky stuff. I'll probably do a launch day stream of Metaphor when it comes out. I think the 11th. Metaphor Refantasio comes out. Why don't you put the release date over there? October 11th. Okay, I was right. So that will be a Friday. Okay, so that's good. That won't interrupt my Spooktober schedule. So expect Tuesday, Thursday, Sundays in October to be packed with spookiness. I've got lots of games, including Crow Country. I am going to be streaming Cathcart Towers, Crow Country. I'm going to be streaming Crow Country, Resident Evil 2, Alan Wake 2 DLC, probably Silent Hill 2, probably Little Nightmares 2, all the 2s, and I'll do at least one Metaphor stream. I might have to like piggyback between horror and Metaphor. Maybe that's a metaphor for something. I don't know. But Shin Megami Metaphor is from the creators of the Persona series, so it's its own brand new IP. So it should be really, really good. Good night, Sister A. Thanks for popping in. Anyway, Helldivers is popping off again. We should fight for democracy. I'm tempted, Brett, honestly, but I can't justify it right now. I'll see how much it is. I think if it's still like $20, $30, I might jump in on that. I'll let you know. But anyway, you guys let me know in the comments as soon as this is over for a good community night game. Be sure to like the stream on your way out. And I'll see you next time right here on The Call. If you get that reference, then we should be best friends.